Hi, it is Kitty Blue. This is another BJD body comparison. This is the MSD size dolls. I have all of my MSD. First of all, they are all naked dolls, so I apologize for that, but it is the best way to be able to see the different sculpts next to each other, different companies, how different companies compare to each other as well. So if you don't care for seeing naked dolls, unfortunately this is not the video for you. But please, if you want to see the comparisons and stuff like that, continue to watch the video. I have all of my MSD dolls out here that are in different body types. Well, not every single MSD doll that I have, but like every one of each body type that I have, because I have several Resinsouls that are in the same type, in the same body type, so I just put one of each out just to give you an idea of sizes and things like that. They basically range in size. Lou, this is the Resinsoul Lou. She is the smallest one, but she's not, body-wise, she's the same body size as the one next to her, even though the green one here is a little bit taller because of the head size. So it goes from what I have right now today, it goes from 41 centimeters all the way up to 46 centimeters. So I'm just going to introduce each of them and point out some differences and compare the bodies. So let's get started. Okay, so, sorry, struggling to grab the camera here. All right, as I said, from the left to the right, this is Lou. She is the Resinsoul doll. She has the cool, like, mermaid kind of ears. And she, because of her head size, which fits the same size of wigs as the Resinsoul USDs, that she can actually fit like live wigs and Moxie teen, wigs and stuff like that. So her body is a single jointed body. She's only got single joints in her arms and her legs, and it's just a one-part or a two-part torso. Next to her is, like I said, is the same body. It's more of a newer body because this is going to be hard to tell. In the right here, there's actually a lip that this part sits on top of, versus with her, the bottom part actually kind of fits up into the top part a little bit. And so that is, like I said, about 41 centimeters and up to 42 centimeters. Then we start getting into like the 43 centimeters. This one right here, the white one, is a Babobi Sprite, and she is on her default body with the mature bust. And next to her, that I dyed yellow, is actually a Babobi pixie head on the Resinsoul double jointed immature bust. And as you can see, her joints are much different. She's got like, she's got like an elbow piece so that she has more range of motion in her arm versus, the single jointed body, which sometimes just kind of holds out or flops out. But you can use wiring in them to get them a little bit more poseable. So first comparison, as you can see right here, just from these three dolls that are in the frame, the Babobi bodies are, even though they're the same height, they are much thicker in their structure, much more tubular and not as elegant and look elegant looking. And I kind of don't really care for the Babobi girl bodies that much, but it's okay just for the one doll. I like to have different size dolls, so it's okay for her. But the rest of my characters needed to be more of the slim style, like the Resinsoul dolls are. She probably is, the Babobi body is probably more close to most MSD BJD sizes. So she pretty much like will wear clothing for most companies in the MSD size. In the blue, the sky blue, that is a Resinsoul May, and she is actually not on her default body. Her default body is the single jointed body, but this body that I have on her is the double jointed body, which is the same exact as the one next to her in the yellow, except for the bust size. So the yellow one has the immature bust. And we can take an angle from here. You can see the different bust sizes here in the Resinsoul and Babobi. The double jointed immature bust for Resinsoul is the default body for the Lee, and the double jointed mature bust in the Resinsoul is the default body for Yao and Rong. So those are pretty much the only differences in those two bodies. Further down the line, we'll look at the hoofed body, which is a similar, just the different legs, but she's a little bit taller. Next, we have a Ibitsu head. It's a 50 centimeter head on a mini Dolphy Dream body, and I believe she is approximately 43.5 maybe centimeters tall. I would have to get my little tape measure out to be exactly sure, but I believe that is close to it. She is made out of vinyl. She does have double joints. They are actually literally like balls joints, which, oh, I was going to show you, I'm sorry, backing up. The Babobi bodies are kind of double jointed. They've got they have ball joints, they have balls right in the thing, but I don't think they're as they have a tendency to want to kind of flop down as well. Alright, sorry about that. Now back to right next to the mini Dolphy Dream body is a Doll Zone single jointed body. This is the older body. I'm not sure exactly how old it is because I received this doll secondhand off of eBay, but she is the Doll Zone Jume, Jume, and she has the, like I said, the single jointed body, the same kind of style as far as like the Resinsoul with the two parts being connected like right there. That seems to be pretty much the norm for most dolls like that they're connected that way, or like with the Resinsoul double jointed bodies, it's right underneath the bust. Next to her is the Babobi boy body. He does have a Resinsoul head. That is the Resinsoul Anne head. And the Babobi body in the boy is pretty much the same way. If you look right next to him, this is the Resinsoul single jointed body. They're approximately about 43 to 43, and I think the Resinsoul single jointed body is about 43.5. But they are, you can tell that the Babobi body here in white is much thicker around, and the arms and stuff and the legs are very tubular compared to the aesthetics of the Resinsoul body, which are thin and show more definition and things like that. And like I said, this is the Resinsoul. That's the Song head. And next up we have the Resinsoul Yao. She is the hoofed girl. She is actually about 43.5, almost 44 centimeters tall, even though she is listed, I believe, as 42 centimeters. She is actually larger than that. and that is why I have her here instead of over towards the other ones, because she's a little bit taller. But also I think it has to do with her head too. Her head's a little bit elongated compared to the song right next to him, or right next to her. You can see by the shoulders she's just a tad bit shorter. And here, like I said, are the hoofs. She is on the hoofed body. The rest of the body, like her hip, her midsection, and her torso, and her arms are the exact same as the double-jointed and the double-jointed mature and immature bust girls in the Resinsoul. So they're exactly the same as far as the midsections here. Her little bit of a height is added just from, I think, from the hoofs. Okay, and this one here is a Angel of Dream rail, and it is a double jointed body. She is approximately 44 centimeters tall. And I'll just take a side view. You can definitely tell that her bust is a little bit more round and much different than the shapes of the Resinsoul next to her. She is a little bit thicker, but not as thick and tubular looking as the Babobi doll, which I'm going to grab her and stick her here just for a second as comparison. So you can see she's very, whoops, don't want a domino effect. She's very thick through the torso and the chest. Really, like I said, really not a the most attractive body. But she normally has complete clothes on from head to toe, so you can't even notice her body, and I don't even think about it. But you know, even though the Angel of Dream is a little bit thicker than the Resinsoul, it still has that very nice, like, feminine kind of shape to it, and has a little bit of a muscular kind of abdominal area there. And this parts are connected lower instead of right underneath the bust like the Resinsoul does. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Okay, and next to her we have an Angel of Dream boy. He is also double jointed. You can tell that he's got a very nice, muscular, chest and things like that. And compared to the Resinsoul right next to him, this is a Resinsoul Woo. This is the double jointed Resinsoul body. He does have some definition as far as, with the muscles in his torso, but not as wide and muscular as the Angel of Dream. I'll just catch a side view here just so that you can see it a little bit better. The arms on the Angel of Dream are a little bit thicker and more muscular compared to the skinny little arms of Resinsoul. But this guy's my favorite. I really like him a lot. He's a really cool sculpt. And the Resinsoul boy double jointed body is the same like the girls. It has a elbow piece, and the knees also have a separate piece right here too to make them double jointed. The Angel of Dream actually has a peanut kind of shape piece that is in the back of the legs that makes him double jointed. And last but not least, my gorgeous, gorgeous dark tan boy here. This is a Resinsoul Ming. He is he's almost 46 centimeters tall. Woo is actually about 45 centimeters tall. He is listed, I believe, at 43 centimeters, and he is a little bit taller. I think having to do with like maybe the neck. The neck's a little bit longer than the Angel of Dream, but he is definitely right up there in size with them compared to the single jointed body of the Resinsoul, which I'm going to grab. You can see a little bit of a height difference in the in like the shoulders. So back with the Ming here. This is the hoofed Resinsoul boy doll. He's got the same style of hoofs as Yao, as you can see over here. The difference I see mainly is how these pieces are made compared to the girl, which is actually kind of very odd. But here is her. You can see that she's pretty much it's even and kind of flowing, and he's actually got these indentations kind of where in there, which I'm not even sure if it's normal. I never even like really noticed that before, but it might actually make him sit better. I haven't had much of a time to work with him, but you can definitely tell from like where the shoulders are that he is definitely a little bit taller. He's not 43 centimeters like they state in the website, because you can see right behind him is a tape measure. He is like right at 18 inches. I believe that, yeah. So that is how tall he is. So that's about it for the BJDs here for the MSD size. Put her back up here. I'll just kind of scroll along here just so you can see them again. You can definitely tell the different shades of colors and just the different body types. Sometimes the resin color really does make a difference in how the dolls actually look. I've seen, you know, the same bodies of say a sky blue, you know, Resinsoul and a white next to white Resinsoul, and they look almost completely different just because the color of resin kind of makes them look, you know, either taller or bigger or things like that, just because it's more noticeable and things like. And so let me just scroll back out. So there we go. That's my whole MSD army of dolls in different body shapes. If you have any questions or anything like that, I will be happy to answer them. Just put them in the comments below, or feel free to message me directly. Thanks for watching, and look for the next coming installments for the SD size. Bye.